In my over 20 years of experience as an executive coach, I came across many times executives that were at very senior level, but that really struggled with how they were perceived within the organization. Either it was because they were very humble, very quiet, did really a great job with their team, but didn't talk much about it, and therefore people didn't see it, that they actually were quite successful. Or they were trying to really do the right things, but the way they communicated it with others was less than optimal. In fact, led to the impression of people that this executive is selfish, or that he doesn't know what he's doing, or things like that. And yet they had a really good intention and really tried to do the right things. And so what I realized is that quite a lot of senior executives, and maybe it's more often the case here in Asia, have problems navigating the politics of the organization. And I want to talk about politics not as a negative, but to rather consider politics as something that's almost inevitable when you work in a larger organization, but that we can deal with it in a positive way, or we can deal with it in a not so positive way. So I call it positive politics. And so quite often I need to work with my clients how they can be positively influencing the politics of the organization. So for example, I may think, this is the right decision I need to make, and I just make the decision. Maybe I discuss it with my team, they confirm their view, and I think I was quite inclusive in making this decision. At the same time, this decision may impact other people outside my team. And there may be other senior leaders, maybe even more senior leaders than me, that somehow, maybe indirectly, will be impacted by my decision. And yet I haven't talked to them. I haven't given them a heads up. I haven't involved them in the conversation. And so if the outcome at the end is not as good as I hoped it would be as an executive, then maybe other people will feel not very good about it and will complain and blame me for not involving them, because they may say, I could have told you that this is a bad idea. And then they look kind of bad, right? And even though they really had the best of intentions. Now, if that happens only once, usually not a big deal, but if that happens a number of times, then you start to build a perception of you that you really don't want. And that can be quite negative, can even hinder you in your further career development. So I guess as an executive, it's really important to consider politics not as an evil, but to play what I call positive politics.